Hey YouTubers, this is Robb Moffett. In this video I want to talk to you about a neat way you can turn low-cost inflatable boats, which are the least expensive way there is to get out in the water, into something that's more than a toy. It's something you can use for rowing, motoring, even sailing, all for just a few dollars if you're willing to make a few low-cost modifications. I've got a link below in the information box to a site that's got a really large selection of low-cost inflatables if you're interested in looking at them after the video. Now, I've had a lot of boats over the years, from a large 33-foot Chris Craft cabin cruiser to different size sailboats, fishing boats, and I found the smaller and the least expensive the boat was, usually the more it got used and enjoyed. My favorite small boat of all time was my little 14-foot guppy sailboat. But for the cost and money and time involved, I don't think anything beats a small inflatable if you're willing to limit yourself to areas of small rivers and bays, lakes, protected waters. You also need to have a thick skin, as you're going to get made fun of. Now, other boaters, they're not going to be too happy seeing you out on the water, just as happy as they are, using a modified inflatable toy that costs less than most of them are probably spending on their gasoline for the day. Now, if you're still watching the video and listening, the secret to making a small, low-cost inflatable boat into a usable craft is installing a wooden floorboard. Once you add a thick plywood floorboard, it makes it very easy to add seats and battery boxes and sails, masts, lee boards, rudders, motor mounts, even biminis. Now, without the floorboards, the inflatable is really just an expensive pool toy. But with the floorboard and just a few modifications, a really big area of your local watery world is opened up, really, for just a few bucks. Now, how much money did it cost? The amount of money I paid for my Coleman 4-man raft about 7 years ago on sale was about 40 bucks. You can still get them on sale for about 69. Now, modifications, that will depend on what you're intended to use, what you're going to do to the boat, and the availability of raw materials you've got laying around. If you've got a lot of junk laying around, it probably won't cost hardly anything. Now, a sailing rig will cost you a little more, it'd be more expensive than just a plain motor mount. But I added, or made my raft into a small sailboat by adding lee boards and a small lateen sail out of polytarp. And the rudder I made at the time, it didn't tilt up very easily and got busted the first time I ran aground with it. And so I stopped using it and went back to using my regular sailboat. But however, I've since discovered it's really as easy to use the oars as a steering oar instead of a rudder. Now, if you already have a trolling motor and a battery, you can take a simple milk crate and attach it to the floorboard, and it makes a really handy place also to add an extra seat. And a motor mount, that costs as little as 20 bucks on eBay, or you can make one for even less. Now, I recently added a single wheel to my floorboard to make it into a wheelbarrow as an experiment to carry all my gear and battery to the launching site from the car. Now, I got the wheel from Harbor Freight for under $10 on sale, but I should have bought two, because using only one wheel was a mistake as it tipped way too easily. I've since added two wheels and pull the floorboard as a cart instead of pushing it. And if I'm going out by myself, I can leave the wheels in place. I use my oars as handles attached to the floorboard with wires, but I'm going to be changing that as the thin metal of the oars get pinched by attaching them to the floorboard with the wires. I think the best type of handle will be like that used on a toy wagon or like a pallet jack, which it would be easy to build and it would make pulling easy. Say I'll no longer push it, so I'll just pull it and I won't have to bend down like I did when I used the oar handles. So once you've added a floorboard to your low-cost floaty boat, you can improvise endless ways to make your boat more fun and usable, keeping in mind the whole time it really is just a small inflatable toy, and you should only be using it in sheltered, protected waters, places you've gone before. But having said that, there really are no other boats out there that cost less or spend less of your time on maintenance. And there's thousands and thousands of places you can use a small boat like this with just a small electric motor or sail and have a blast out in the water for just a few dollars and hours of your time and modifications. If you guys like this video, I'll add more floaty boat videos later showing some of the modifications I made a little more closely. And don't forget to check out the link I have below if you're interested in low-cost inflatables. So thanks for watching, everybody, and remember, I add more videos every week.